True Blue Nation. Dodgers Report.
I'm going to show you the weak spot in this Dodgers super team that nobody in the media wants to see. Hello, fans! You turn on the television, and the so-called experts can't stop applauding the blinding shine of our billion-dollar roster. They look at the top of our rotation and start drooling. And honestly, they have a reason to. But you and I both know baseball does not forgive blind spots, and our front office is sitting on top of a ticking time bomb named Bobby Miller. What would you do with a pitcher who was once our biggest promise, but now steps onto the field and turns the game into a complete nightmare? Would you have the patience to wait for a miraculous resurrection in a year where the title is the only acceptable outcome? Or would you cut the problem off at the root? That's the big question haunting the hallways of Dodger Stadium today. Go ahead and smash the like button if you believe the True Blue Nation deserves a lot more respect. Because while other fan bases root for our downfall and pray for our failure, we have the courage to look in the mirror and point out where the wound is bleeding. And believe me, Dodgers fans, what's happening at the bottom of our rotation demands an aggressive, immediate response with absolutely no room for cheap sentimentalism. When I look at the jersey of the Los Angeles Dodgers, I see the weight of history, the insane pressure to win, and the most expensive and talented roster on the face of the earth. We built an empire to dominate the league, not to serve as a rehabilitation clinic for lost pitchers. Do you remember Bobby Miller's rookie season? I celebrated every blazing fastball he threw, thinking we had found the ace of the future, but what I saw last season completely destroyed any illusion I still had. Watching a kid wearing our sacred uniform get crushed on the mound fills me with indescribable frustration. We have a machine built to crush opponents, and then Miller takes the mound in April, allows 8 hits, gives up 6 runs in just 3 innings, and throws all the effort from our offense straight into the trash. My stomach still turns just remembering those games. As a fan, I demand excellence in every single inning. The pressure to win the World Series this year is overwhelming, suffocating, and I cannot stand the idea of losing a playoff game because our bullpen was destroyed trying to cover the damage of a starter who can't even make it past the 2nd inning. We do not have the time, the patience, or the payroll space to embrace failure. The numbers do not lie, and they expose the brutal reality the front office is trying to manage. Bobby Miller posted a catastrophic ERA of 12.60 in his appearances last season, a statistical disaster that came with a terrifying WHIP of 2.600. Opposing hitters simply had a party against him. Joel Reiter from Bleacher Report stated that the Dodgers urgently need to trade the right-hander, and the facts fully support that argument. Reiter points out that Miller spent most of the year isolated in AAA and was demoted to an obscure bullpen role in July, proving that the coaching staff completely lost confidence in him. Meanwhile, the Dodgers now have the most lethal and crowded starting rotation in Major League Baseball. Just look at the ridiculous caliber of these names: Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and the phenomenon Roki Sasaki manager Dave Roberts has already confirmed that Sasaki will go straight into the starting rotation without even passing through the bullpen. On top of that, pitchers like Emmett Sheehan are waiting in line begging for a chance. Miller is 27 years old, has only 2 minor league options left, and he is completely blocked. His trade value collapsed after a 2024 season where he posted an ERA of 8.52 across 13 games, and the baseball press is already treating him as someone who no longer fits in Los Angeles. I categorically refuse the idea of keeping dead weight on our 40-man roster just because of emotional attachment to what he once was. Moving him out of Los Angeles makes tremendous sense, and I support making that trade right now. Keeping Miller rotting in the minor leagues helps the Dodgers absolutely nothing and only delays the kid's life. Ano. At a relwiki jai was, you and your knowings, and I stopping life, and I support demands. Keeping Miller reading is an arbol adult life and only delays the kid's life. Pulisig is a lease and only delays the kid's life. I want the front office to pick up the phone tomorrow morning and trade Bobby Miller for anything that helps us in the 2026 title race. Bring me raw minor league talent from another team. Bring me a reliable bench bat. Bring me anything that adds real value to our winning machine. I know his market value is currently at rock bottom, but the Dodgers jersey carries weight, and the culture of excellence we built does not tolerate this level of mediocrity on the mound. For Miller, moving to a small market team without pressure, where he can make mistakes freely and rebuild his career as a starter, is probably the best path forward. But for us, we are the kings of the mountain. I look at our roster and see a Ferrari that cannot stop the race because one tire is flat. Make the trade, thank him for his service, and focus on what truly matters. crushing opponents and bringing another World Series ring back to California. So let me ask you something. How far does your tolerance go for former prospects who fail to deliver when the spotlight turns on? Can you imagine the disaster of needing Bobby Miller in the middle of a crucial series in September and watching him hand the game to the rival? Think about the massive risk of keeping a player with shattered confidence inside a championship locker room. Every spot on our roster is worth gold, and we cannot waste a single one. Now I want to see you dominate the comments down below. Who would you try to bring in a potential trade involving Bobby Miller? Put your theory on the table, because the Dodgers front office needs immediate solutions before the season begins, and this problem explodes in our faces. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any hot updates from inside the Dodgers clubhouse. Let's hold this team accountable to the standard of excellence that our jersey demands. Go Dodgers!